Good evening, and welcome to the May 8th edition of ETV News. I'm Jacob Worst.
And I'm Kyla McKinney. Thank you for joining us for our last show of this semester. There's a lot to get into tonight, so let's get underway.
A Boogie with da Hoodie headlined Eastern's spring concert on Sunday, May 4th, serving as the grand finale of Wild About Cab, a week-long celebration organized by the Campus Activity Board. The event took place from 7 to 9:30 p.m. in the Geisler Gymnasium, and it was open exclusively to Eastern students and their guests, with tickets priced at $25 for students and $35 for guests. The concert wrapped up a full week of events hosted by the Campus Activity Board and gave students a fun, memorable way to end the semester. Be sure to follow at Cab Eastern to keep up with next year's events and announcements.
Last Saturday, May 3rd, the Campus Activity Board held their off-campus trip to the Roger Williams Zoo during the annual Spring Fest, with a week of activities with this year's theme being Wild About Cab. With lots of animal-themed events, tickets were $10 and were available to purchase through the link in the Cab's Instagram bio. The bus left at 10 and returned in the evening in time to see the fireworks show. Be sure to keep up with all of Cab's events on their Instagram at Cab Eastern.
With the end of the semester just a blink away, the Academic Success Center, located on the first floor of the library, is ending the year with a bang with the ASC Celebration of Success. The celebration was held throughout the library and the patio. The event had a chill room with coloring, fidget toys, and crafts, keychain making and succulent planting in the cafe, food, games, and a 360 photo booth in opportunity programs, a DJ outside, the chance to pie students and staff, and a therapy dog, Oliver, who was also available to comfort students amidst their final stretch.
LiveU lover and senior Jared Tofoil is out in the field to highlight some events as graduation for ECSU seniors is approaching.
Hello everyone, my name is Jared Tofu and I'm live here from Webb Lawn for my very last broadcast of ETV News. It's a bittersweet moment as I've learned a lot and grown so much these past 4 years as a human being. And I know I'll miss Easton, but I'm still very eager to see what's ahead. Fellow senior Christopher Cruz produced, edited, and wrote an excellent piece on all things senior related as we head into finals week and eventually commencement. Let's take a look. Exciting time here at Eastern Connecticut State University as seniors trade in textbooks for graduation caps. With finals wrapping up and commencement just around the corner, campus is buzzing with celebration and anticipation. I'm Jared Toffel. Let's see how the class of 2025 is getting ready to finish strong and step into the next chapter. Across campus, you could feel the energy shift from the pressure of finals to the excitement of graduation. Seniors are picking out their outfits, posing for senior portraits, and reminiscing on their time here at Eastern. And as this year winds down and the graduates prepare to leave, a new wave of students are just beginning their journey. Let's hear from a graduating senior with some advice for the next class of Eastern Warriors.
Some advice I would give to a freshman coming in is to not wait to the last semester to do your required classes, as they're not always offered each semester. Make sure to do them as early as you can so you don't have to spend another additional 1 to 2 semesters because you waited too long to do them.
One Eastern alum who stayed closely connected to campus is Christopher Dorsey. From his days as a student to now holding a professional role at the university, Dorsey continues to make an impact. He shares reflections on his journey, advice for the graduating class, and what new alumni can look forward to with events happening this summer. Let's take a listen.
I enrolled at Eastern as a first-generation college student and had a wonderful mentor that guided me through my time and had a great experience here at Eastern. As a student, after graduation, I enrolled in a graduate program and then worked at the University of New York for 6 years. Always keep an eye to see if any jobs open to Eastern. When one did, I applied, was offered the position, and accepted immediately. That was almost 20 years ago. I've had a number of different roles on campus. In my current role as a Director of Alumni Affairs, I work to create meaningful engagement with our alums. One program we're trying this summer is with career services, where there's a couple different programs they're doing. One is a resume refresh. Another one is a mid-crisis career program. So if you want to change careers, they'll help you guide you through that process. And the third one is they'll take a look at your LinkedIn profile and make any edits to that. The advice I give to seniors is don't overly stress this time in your life. Trust that your education prepared you for the next step, whether it's graduate school or a career. And also know that the first job isn't your last job. If you take a job that may not be your dream job, treat it as maybe a foot in the door or a way to build up your resume for the future jobs.
From decorating caps to snapping senior photos, students are taking in every last moment. With graduation day quickly approaching, many are reflecting on how far they've come and what's next. This year's commencement will take place at the EXU Center in Hartford, a major milestone moment for the class of 2025. The ceremony kicks off on May 20th at 3 p.m., marking the official send-off into life after Eastern. Leading up to the big day, students will be celebrating with a full slate of activities, including the senior reception, where students, faculty, and staff come together one last time to celebrate it. Students are still reflecting back on their time here at Eastern. Let's hear from another senior reflecting on the class that stood out to her the most.
The class that changed how I see the world is probably health science seminar, because we did a lot of classes on the food industry and how the government works and how it plays into our health policies. So that really changed how I see the world.
Though many people look at college as academics, many look at it as a moment of personal growth, learning many new ways to live life. With hardships, many persevere. Let's hear what Justin Rasconi has to say about his time at Eastern and what he has learned about himself that will prepare him for when he graduates and lives his life outside of Eastern.
Well, when I was in high school, I really relied on a lot about my family and friends and stuff, and never really thought I need to rely on myself. And then I came here and tried and, got to my dorm and stuff and realized I had to buy all my utensils and cookingware and stuff, and then keep track of all the classes and trying to just manage my time better. So I definitely realized that I needed to not mature, but kind of adapt to living a life by myself. So, I got used to it a little bit, and then it hit maybe junior year when I started living actually by myself, no roommates. And that's when I realized, okay, I definitely need to lock in, kind of just take it slow, make sure I have everything I need, and not get overwhelmed easily, because I do get overwhelmed pretty easily, especially with, assignments and classes and stuff, and especially with topics I don't really know about too. So being able to, live by myself, kind of take things slow, ask friends for help, family for help. I also had my girlfriend, she was a big help too. So it definitely got me kind of just more down to earth and ready to lock in, prepare for the future ahead of me, especially graduating too, because that's when you go out to the real world, and you need a lot of things in life when you get out to the real world by yourself. So definitely learned a lot about myself here, and I'm glad I had the experience for sure, because without it, I probably would not be prepared to live by myself.
If I had one piece of advice for all incoming freshmen, it would be just to enjoy yourself and don't beat yourself up. This is a time to make mistakes and get better each day. Also, maybe become a communication major and take classes with Professor Utterbeck. I promise I'm totally not being biased. That's all from me. I'm Jared Toffel with Nick Walsh behind the camera, sending it back to the studio one last time.
Thanks, Jared. Well, it's about that time, and the semester is coming to a close. Students here at Eastern are preparing to leave their dorms. With only 2 weeks left and finals coming up, Eastern has instituted some guidelines and rules to help Eastern students finish the year and leave their dorm rooms. These include 24-hour quiet times, which started yesterday and will require Eastern students to keep their dorms silent for studying students. Eastern has also stated that the residence halls will be closed on May 16th at 6 p.m., and the students must be out of their dorms by then or by 24 hours after their last exam. If you are a non-graduating senior who needs a late move-out, submit a summer housing application in the My Housing portal, and your stay can be extended to May 18th. Seniors who are participating in the commencement ceremony are permitted to stay on campus until May 21st if they're on the approved graduation list from the registrar's office, and they complete the summer housing application. Make sure to clean up your rooms and return all of your items from home, as damage to the rooms or left behind items will result in costly fees.
With housing selections in the past, Kevin Gonzalez is eager to ask Eastern students about their opinions regarding all things dorm related.
Hi, I'm Kevin Gonzalez for ETV News. It's a beautiful day out, and we're here outside asking people what their favorite thing about their dorm is. So what's your favorite quality of your dorm?
Probably that in Crandall, they're all singles, so I get my own room all to myself, and 2 beds.
My comfortable bed. I really like it. It's comfy.
I would say the space. The Constitution dorms are pretty big, especially for 2 people in one room. I would say it's perfect amount of size.
That I have my own bathroom, and then I have own living room, so I can just chill, and then I don't have communals or anything, so it's just my own bathroom pretty much.
My favorite quality of my dorm is, I would say, the pantry.
I really like the common rooms in Meade. They're very nice and spacious.
My bedroom. It's so comfortable. Love it.
Well, I'm a Consti resident, so I gotta say that shower. That's a nice one.
All right, that's enough talk about qualities of dorms. Let's go see one. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Come on in. We're here in Nutmeg Hall in an actual upperclassman dorm. Let's check out some of his perks. So this right here is the kitchen. You know, we have a nice little stove, nice microwave, air fryer. Don't look at this. Here's where we have our food. Tasty meals, you know, I like to cook up some stuff. If you follow me this way, over here we have a living room, bunch of seating for our guests and friends when they come over. Some nice artwork. We have a nice bathroom. Let me turn on the light for you guys. Boom. There you go. Here's a shower. Beautiful place, you know how we have it. This is where we brush our teeth. You know we gotta get them pearly whites. Double sinks, by the way, so you know I can brush, they can brush. It's nice like that. A nice separated toilet for you know, toilet things. And guess what? Okay, it usually flushes, but not today. All right, so here we have a bedroom where all 4 bedrooms in this dorm are exactly identical. Closet, bed, shelving, and then every dorm in this facility or building is exactly the same, which is amazing. That's about all I have for you guys. I'm Kevin Gonzalez for ETV News, Griffin Davis behind the camera. Hope you enjoyed the dorm tour at Nutmeg Hall. But I'm gonna have to ask you to kindly leave.
Last Friday, CAB's African Plains Carnival kicked off at 2 p.m., welcoming students and guests alike to a day of rides, music, and treats. Attractions included returning favorites like CAB's iconic Ferris wheel, free fried dough and shaved ice, and after the sun went down and the stars came out, a live DJ to play some newer favorites as well as some timeless classics. But the lights of the carnival weren't the only thing to light up the sky last weekend. The very next day, CAB's Firework Frenzy event treated students to yard games, snacks, and rounded the night out with a roughly 30-minute long fireworks show that not even Saturday's rainy weather could top.
Rain or shine, he's got you covered. Resident weather boy Dylan Ellis is in the studio to give us this week's forecast after this short break. Stick with
Bring it. Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys. You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one? I gotta go eat, man. Sorry. I'll see you later.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back. Dylan is in the studio to dish out this upcoming week's weather. What's the weather looking like, Dylan?
Hello, Eastern. Weather boy Dylan is back for your last ETV News weather forecast of the semester and the year. I hope you all had a great week, and let's get right into it. Let's take a look at the weather today in Willimantic. After a relatively bad start to our week, God has granted us with a break from the rain, as today we saw a high of 74 degrees of partly cloudy skies. Sadly, the rain is back tonight with a low of 51. On to our extended forecast now. Tomorrow, you can expect a return to wet conditions, as those showers from tonight will linger around to give us a day full of rain. You can also expect a high of 55 and a low of 46 later. Saturday, the rain is gone, finally. We're going to see a partly cloudy day with a high of 68 and a low of 49 later on. Sunday is going to make a lot of people happy. Mostly sunny skies of a high of 76 and a low of 47 later on in the night. Monday, the first day of finals, is going to be beautiful. Mostly sunny skies of a high of 77 and a low of 54. Finally, we're on to Tuesday, where we will see mostly cloudy skies of a high of 76 and a low of 58 later on. Now it's time for our ETV sports weather forecast, which is going to be a brief one this week. Tomorrow and on Saturday, the men's and women's track and field teams will be in Amherst, Massachusetts for the New England Open. Friday isn't looking too good for them. There's a 98% chance of rain and a high of 52. Saturday looks a little bit more promising of scattered showers and clouds of a high of 68. That wraps it up for this week's edition of ETV News Weather Forecast. As always, I've been Dylan Ellis for ETV News, wishing you the best of luck with your finals along with a good summer. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Dylan. Up next, more details will follow after this short break.
Stick with us.
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Thanks for hearing me out, bro.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back. TikTok told its advertisers that it is absolutely confident in its platform and its future. Those comments came Tuesday at a sales presentation to marketers. You've heard of the upfronts, where television networks pitch their new shows to advertisers. Digital platforms do pretty much the same thing. And TikTok advertisers have plenty to be concerned about, with the platform legally required to find a buyer. But the company's confidence may be rooted in more than just public relations posturing. President Donald Trump told the NBC's Meet the Press over the weekend that he has a warm spot in his heart for TikTok. He said he'd extend the deadline for it to find a buyer if he has to, adding, quote, "It'll be very strongly protected," unquote. In his first term, Trump called for TikTok to be banned. He changed his tune after some credited the platform for helping him attract younger voters last year.
Photos of Katy Perry looking fabulous at the 2025 Met Gala have gone viral. There's only one issue. They aren't real. This is actually the second year AI-generated images of the singer at the event have been widely shared online. Last year, they even fooled her mother. Not this time, though. Perry was with her mother during this year's Met Gala, so her alibi was rock solid. That's right, she wasn't even at the event, nor this year or last year. In fact, Perry hasn't attended the Met Gala since 2022. As for why someone is obsessed with creating the fakes, well, maybe that could inspire a new song.
CNN had learned the Department of Education will stop providing $1 billion for school mental health programs. The budget cuts will impact thousands of workers, counselors, psychologists, and students receiving mental health help in their school. The department said it is ending many of the grants because it believes that they are not advancing the administration's priorities. A spokesperson said some of the grant money was being spent on items other than mental health. May marks Mental Health Awareness Month, and just this week, the White House released a proclamation that said, in part, President Trump remains committed to prioritizing the well-being of Americans affected by mental health challenges.
New research shows that immunotherapy can help some cancer patients avoid surgery, radiation, or chemotherapy. The study focused on advanced rectal and other cancers, treating over 100 patients with IV infusions of dostarlimab for 6 months. After 2 years, 80% of those who completed treatment needed no invasive therapies, and 92% remained cancer-free. While results are promising, researchers say larger studies are needed. The findings published in the New England Journal of Medicine come amid a rise in colorectal cancers among young adults. Symptoms include bowel changes, rectal bleeding, pain fatigue, and weight loss.
Singing superstar and makeup brand owner Rihanna and rapper A$AP Rocky will soon be a family of 5. The 37-year-old singer is pregnant. She revealed the news on Instagram ahead of attending the 2025 Met Gala in New York on Monday. This is Rihanna's third baby with partner A$AP Rocky. They share sons Riot Rose and Rizza Athelston.
A new report suggests some people aren't spending enough time at the sink. A new survey released on Monday finds close to half of Americans either forget or choose not to wash their hands at appropriate times. That includes after a trip to the grocery store, a restaurant, or a doctor's office. However, nearly a third of those polled said they do wash their hands more often now than they did during the COVID-19 pandemic. The survey from the National Foundation for Infectious Diseases says dirty hands can lead to the spread of germs, potentially causing illnesses. The findings are based on roughly 3,600 adults. Health officials say it takes at least 20 seconds with soap and water to get hands properly clean.
Up ahead, Kevin Gonzalez is in the studio to give us an update on Eastern Athletics. Don't go anywhere.
Adding your own flavor to fashion comes with age.
Okay, Dad, look at you.
Yeah, welcome. Hi.
Forgetting how to add doesn't. Finding it difficult to work with numbers may be a sign of Alzheimer's.
Dad, are you okay?
An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's. Some things come with age, some others don't.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
From ECTV,
hi, and welcome to EC's News Before News.
News 22,
Good evening, and welcome to tonight's edition of News 22.
and now ETV, this student-ran news broadcast has been giving the news to the Eastern community for over 30 years. From news on campus, national news, one-on-one or editorial segments, weather forecasts, and of course our very own Eastern Athletics. Your campus, your news, from ETV. We are live every Thursday night at 7 p.m. only on our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Instagram at ETVnews_.
Thanks for sticking with us. Let's check in with Kevin to see what's happening around Eastern Athletics this week.
Hey everyone, final week of sports, and what a season it's been so far for Eastern Athletics, filled with clutch wins, standout performances, and strong finishes across the board. Eastern Baseball opened the LEC tournament with a 3-1 win over Southern Maine behind the dominant start from senior Matt Wotan. He threw 7 shutout innings, striking out 8 and allowing just 2 hits to pick up his 4th win. Eastern scored 2 unearned runs in the 6th and added insurance in the 8th on the ground out by senior Hank Penders. Senior Tyler Rice secured his 5th save, striking out 3 straight to leave the bases loaded in the 9th. With the win, Eastern advanced to face Rhode Island College in a double elimination bracket. Eastern softball capped off the season with a 6-1 loss to UMass Boston in the LEC tournament. Senior Regan Layler provided the offense with a solo homer in the 5th, but the Beacons broke it open late, scoring 3 runs in the 7th. First year Elizabeth Mitchell started in the circle and held UMass to run 2 runs through 5 before the late surge sealed it. Eastern finishes the season 17-16 overall and 11-3 in the conference play. Eastern's women's lacrosse capped a strong season with 6 all-conference honors from the LEC. Senior Abby Parisi was named Midfielder of the Year, and junior Alexa Vizzini earned first-team honors for the 3rd straight year. Graduate Avon Lee LeBou joined them on the first team, while graduate Kaylee Drobish and senior Addison Toohill and sophomore Grace Saldana landed on the 2nd team. Alexa Vizzini led with 63 goals, Abby Parisi dominated in the midfield, and Avon Lee LeBou set a new program record with 97 draw controls. These honors follow Eastern's 13-win season and LEC semifinal appearance, their best finish in 8 years. Big news on campus, Eastern is adding women's golf as its 20th varsity sport beginning in fall 2025. Men's golf coach and Connecticut Golf Hall of Famer Kylo Gallo will lead both programs full-time. The move puts the LEC one step closer to NCAA qualification in women's golf and adds more opportunities for women to compete at Eastern. Exciting times ahead for the future of Warriors golf. And that's a wrap on 2025 spring season for Eastern Athletics. Thank you to all the students, athletes, coaches, and fans for an unforgettable year. To stay locked in on all the action, make sure to follow us at Eastern Athletics for daily updates, highlights, and more. I'm Kevin Gonzalez, sending it back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for the update, Kevin. That wraps up tonight's edition of ETV News. Please be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms, and as always, to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
From director Jason Saloy, producers Kaylee Roberts and Emily Madden, and the entire ETV News staff, thank you for watching. Once again, I'm Kyla McKinney.
And I am Jacob Wurst. Wishing you a great evening. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all next semester, Eastern.